So who was Abraham, and what did God promise him? And what does that have to do with the Jewish people today, and you? First, let's dive into the Abrahamic covenant backstory. Then we'll see how it changed the course of history and intersects with your life. A covenant, by the way, is a binding agreement or a promise. Abraham and Sarai, yes, those were their old names, were ordinary people just like you and I who were destined by God to become the mother and father of many nations. But it didn't start that way. They were actually pagan, just like everyone else, and lived and prospered in Ur. Then one day the Lord said to Abram, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. And I will make you a great nation. I will bless you, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." Giving up everything he knew, Abram chose to take God's invitation by faith. And his obedience still has a ripple effect today here in Israel. And as the gospel spreads around I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So you probably have heard this part of the story. God changed their names to Abraham and Sarah and promised that their descendants would outnumber the stars in the sky and that kings would come from their line. Through their family, yes, that's the Jewish people, this covenant found its home in the land of Israel. Generation after generation, God has remained faithful. From their descendants came kings, prophets, and ultimately Jesus, Yeshua, the promised Messiah, who brought hope and salvation to the world. When Jesus came, the covenant expanded. His message of love and redemption opened the door for everyone, including Gentiles, to share in the blessings of God's promises to Israel. Yes, this includes you. You have a part to play in the story of the family of God. Abraham's faith set the precedence for future generations and for you and I. There's nothing we can do to earn God's love, but it's by faith that He's welcomed us into His family. We, as both Jews and Gentiles, form a diverse family, united by faith and held together by God's covenant promises. There is so much more to learn about the Abrahamic covenant, Israel, and your faith. So go to firmisrael.org to learn more today.